Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to English Listen Easy.
Hey everyone, I'm Jack.
And I'm Emma. How are you today, Jack?
I'm good, a little tired, but I'm really happy to be here.
Why are you tired? Did you sleep late again?
I was up very late last night. I was watching videos about language learning. One video, then another, then another.
Oh no, you and your videos. How late did you stay up?
I think it was 2 in the morning, maybe 2:30. I'm not sure.
Jack, that's not good. You need to sleep.
I know, but I couldn't stop. Each video was interesting, and then the next one started automatically.
Oh, I know that feeling. You just can't stop.
Exactly. And then it's 2:30 and you think, okay, I need to go to sleep.
Yes, and then you're tired all day. So what was the video about?
It was about collocations, English collocations. Do you know this word?
I'm not sure. What is a collocation?
Okay, so a collocation is when two words go together, like make a mistake. You don't say do a mistake, you say make a mistake.
Oh, I understand that now. It's about which words go together.
Yes, exactly. And it's really important. If you use the wrong words together, it sounds strange to native speakers.
I know that feeling. I said something wrong once. I said, do a photo.
Oh no, what happened?
My friend looked at me. She didn't understand me at all. She looked so confused.
What did she say?
She said, "Do you mean take a photo?" And I felt so bad. My face was red.
Right, you take a photo, not do a photo.
It was a little embarrassing, but I learned it fast after that, very fast.
That's actually a great way to understand collocations. You make a mistake and then you remember it forever.
Yes, the mistake helps you. It stays in your head because you felt something.
Exactly. So today we want to talk about how to learn collocations in a natural way, not from a boring list.
Because lists are so boring.
Very boring and hard to remember. You study the list, you close the book, and then gone, all gone.
Gone, completely gone. That happened to me so many times. I studied for 1 hour and remembered nothing the next day.
Me too. So how do you learn them naturally, Emma?
I think the best way is to read and listen a lot. When you see make a decision many times, you just remember it.
That makes sense. You don't study it, you just see it again and again.
Right, and you start to understand what sounds right and what sounds wrong.
Yes, your ear gets used to it. You don't need to think, you just feel it.
I did this with music. I listened to a lot of English songs when I was young.
Oh, really? What kind of songs?
Pop songs mostly, simple ones with easy words. I listened to the same songs many, many times.
And did it help with collocations?
Yes, a lot. I started to understand which words go together just by listening to the songs every day.
Music is great for that. You hear the same phrases many, many times, and it doesn't feel like studying.
And And you remember them because they sound good. They have a nice rhythm. Your brain loves rhythm.
Exactly, like fall in love. You hear it in so many songs.
Right, fall in love, not drop in love.
Yes, drop in love sounds so wrong, but if nobody tells you, how do you know?
You just hear it enough times and you know. Your brain understands without thinking.
That's the natural way. You collect the phrases without even trying.
Oh, I like that word, collect. You collect phrases like you collect coins or cards.
Wait, what does that word mean exactly?
Collect? It means you find things and keep them together. Like, I collect stamps. You have many stamps and you keep them all in one place.
Oh, I see. So I can collect new phrases in English. I find them and I keep them.
Yes, every time you hear a good collocation, you collect it. You keep it in your head or in a notebook.
I have a small notebook. I write new phrases in it. It's my collection.
Really? What do you write in it?
Things like pay attention or take a break. Simple, everyday phrases that I want to remember.
Those are good ones. Pay attention, not give attention.
Right, and take a break, not make a break.
It's funny, in my language, we say something like make a break.
Me too. That's the problem. We translate from our own language into English.
And it doesn't work. The words are different.
That's why you need to collect the English phrase, the whole phrase, not just one word.
Right. Don't learn break alone. Learn take a break together, the whole thing.
Exactly, because break alone doesn't help you. You need the collocation.
By the way, I want to say something to our listeners. If you are new here, welcome. We make new episodes all the time. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'd love to have you back.
Yes, please subscribe. It really helps us and it helps you find our new episodes easily.
Okay, Jack, tell me a story. Did you ever use the wrong collocation and feel embarrassed?
Oh, yes, many times. One time I was talking to a friend about school. I said, do homework, and that was right.
Yes, that is right.
But then I said, do a decision. I need to do a decision about my future.
Oh no, do a decision?
I know, it was so wrong. And my friend looked at me the same way your friend looked at you.
That face, that confused face. I know that face very well.
Yes, that face. And then my friend said, you mean make a decision?
Did you feel bad?
Yes, a little. I was embarrassed, but after that, I never forgot. You make a decision. Always. Not do a decision. Never again.
That's good. A small mistake helped you collect the right phrase forever.
Exactly. The mistake was useful. Very useful.
I think mistakes are one of the best ways to learn collocations, better than a list.
I agree. When you make a mistake, your brain pays attention. It wakes up.
And then you remember it better because you felt something, a little embarrassment, a little surprise.
Yes, so don't be afraid of mistakes. They help you collect the right phrases.
Another good way is to watch TV shows, English TV shows.
Yes, you hear collocations all the time in shows. Real, natural collocations.
And the actors speak naturally. It's real English, not textbook English.
Real, fast English, and you start to understand which phrases are normal in everyday life.
I watched a lot of cooking shows. I love food, so it was easy to watch. Very easy.
That's a great idea. Watch something you love, then it doesn't feel like studying.
Exactly. And you end up watching for a long time because it's fun.
What collocations did you learn from the cooking shows?
Like make a salad, cook dinner, have breakfast. Simple, but useful.
Oh, right, you have breakfast or eat breakfast. Both are okay.
Yes, I think both are fine, but have breakfast is very natural, very common in everyday English.
And you know this because you heard it many times, not because you studied a rule in a book.
Exactly. You just know because your brain collected it without thinking.
This is what the video said last night. Your brain collects the patterns automatically.
I love that. The brain collects patterns, just like we collect stamps or coins.
And you don't even think about it, it just happens, but only if you give your brain enough English.
Right. You need to listen a lot, read a lot, watch a lot.
And write down the good phrases when you find them. Don't just think, oh, nice phrase. Write it down.
Put it in your collection, in a notebook, in your phone, anywhere.
And then use it. That's the most important part.
If you just write it and never use it, you forget it. I know this from experience.
Me too. You need to use the phrase, talk to someone, write a message, say it out loud.
Even if you are alone, just say it out loud to yourself, at home, in the kitchen.
I do that. I practice in the kitchen. I talk to myself in English while I cook.
Me too. My family thinks I'm a little strange.
But it works, and it's free. You don't need anything.
It really works. You say the collocation out loud, and it starts to feel natural in your mouth.
Yes, and the next time you need it, it comes out easily. You don't stop to think.
That's the goal. You want the phrases to come out without thinking, fast and natural.
And that only happens when you use them again and again.
Okay, let's do a quick recap. First, listen and read a lot. Find collocations in real English.
Second, collect the phrases you hear, write them down, keep them in one place.
Third, use them. Say them, write them, practice them every chance you get.
And don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes help you remember the right phrase.
Short, simple, and true. Perfect.
Now, our bonus tip. Emma, do you want to say it?
Yes, my tip is this. When you learn a new word, don't learn it alone. Learn it with its friends.
Oh, I like that. Words have friends.
Yes, don't just learn decision, learn make a decision. Don't just learn photo, learn take a photo.
Learn the word and its friends together. That way you collect the right collocation from the start.
Exactly. You save time and you speak better English. It's a very good idea.
I'm going to start doing that more. Words and their friends.
Good. Put it in your notebook. Start your collection today.
Okay, our word of the episode today is collect. Remember? We talked about it a lot.
Yes, to collect means to find things and keep them together.
You can collect stamps, you can collect coins, and you can collect English collocations.
Start collecting phrases in your daily life. Every time you hear a good phrase, keep it. Write it down.
Write one sentence in the comments with the word collect. For example, I collect new English phrases. Or, I want to collect 100 collocations.
Writing it down helps you remember it. It really works. Please try it.
And our word from the last episode was understand.
Did you get a chance to use the word understand? We hope so. You can use it every day in English.
Like, I don't understand this word, or now I understand everything.
It's one of the most useful words in English. Keep using it every day.
Okay, beautiful people, that's all for today.
Thank you so much for listening. If this episode helped you, please like it, share it, and subscribe.
We're always working on new episodes for you. See you next time.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.